right, so thank you guys for joining me on your mats today and taking the time to cultivate self-care, right? So this is something very important that it just keeps us going to, release tension, stress, or anything really that physical tightness, resistance in your body. So our theme today is to expand the breath and to let the tension melt. So we're focusing on the upper body today. So that means opening the chest, shoulders, and the back. All right, so we're gonna be doing some back bends as well. It's gonna be fun. Let's start slow. Just centering, take a moment here to fully arrive on your mat. So sit nice and tall, whether you wanna cross your legs, sit on your heels, whatever it is that serves you right now. And let's just take a few cleansing breaths. So I want you to inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Again, deep breath in. Audible exhale. Final one, inhale even deeper. Pause briefly at the top and then exhale. And then blinking your eyes to open. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And then take a gentle twist to your left. So that back hand can come behind your back on the floor. Sit tall here, don't have to force anything. Just see if you can shift your gaze back a little bit. Find that stretch on the side of your neck. And then come back to center, breathe in. And breathe out to the other side. So as you're sitting tall here, make sure you're pulling that belly slightly in. Press down from the sits bones. Keep the spine long. And then come back to center. Big breath in. Exhale, fold here. So just relax. You don't have to bring your forehead to the floor, but just start to create some freedom here in your back. So most likely you're gonna feel this in your low back and your outer hips. Your hands can always be wider than the shoulders, especially if you're feeling tension in your neck, shoulders, upper back. One more inhale. Soften a bit more as you exhale. And then walk your hands back to center. Sit tall. Now switch your legs. You're gonna switch your legs. So it usually feels a little different, a little weird. And then inhale, breathe in. Again, soften the shoulders. Now let's add a side stretch here. So your left hand can come to the ground or a block. Keep your chest open, chest, shoulders squared. Lift your gaze a little bit. Untuck your chin. Now watch so that shoulder is not coming up towards your ear. Good. Keep that right sit bone nice and heavy. Breathe into the side body. And then come back to center. Catch your breath. And then switch sides. Good. So again, open your chest. Untuck your chin. Brighten the fingers. Keep the upper body relaxed here. And keep your foundation nice and strong. So whatever is making contact with the floor right now. And breathe in, center. As you breathe out, fold once again. Notice what feels different here once you switch your legs. Maybe shake your head yes and no a little bit. Notice any tension you might be holding on your jaw. You can open and close your mouth, especially if you had a, depending what your day looks like. Last one, breathe in and breathe out. Walk the hands back. Good, now let's warm up the shoulders a little bit. So you're gonna bring your fingertips to your shoulders, sit tall here, keep shoulders over hips. Now inhale, bring your elbows to kiss. Point them up towards the ceiling and then slowly open wide. Point your elbows down towards the floor and then do that 2 more times. So see if you can follow your breath here. Start to set a rhythm that serves you at this moment. Just lubricating those shoulders a little bit. Come back to center. Now reverse whenever you're ready. And do 3 more, moving in the opposite direction. Final one. And release. Now bring your hands to your knees. We're gonna do seated cat-cow. So again, the intention here is to expand, open the chest. So sit nice and tall. You're gonna inhale, start to bring your chest forward. Think as if you're gonna dive, go under a wave. Bring your chest forward, squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back, and then round your spine. Roll towards your sits bones, tuck your chin. Inhale. Lift your gaze if you can. Exhale, round. Really exaggerate here if you want, and do 2 more times. Inhale. So arch your spine, the chest shines forward. Exhale, round. Tuck your chin in. Last one. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Now come to all fours. Bring your knees under the hips. Take a big breath in. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Your hands can be as wide as your sticky mat, and then release your chest to the floor. Puppy pose. You can tuck your toes under if you want. You can even bring your chin to the floor. Now really breathe into the armpits, into the shoulders, upper back. I feel a very nice stretch here in under my arms, my lats. Try to soften the upper body. So think of your downward dog arms here. So the triceps wrap down and back, and the biceps forward. 2 more mindful inhales and exhales. Press your forearms and then slowly come to your belly. Now your forearms stay on the ground and stack your shoulders over your elbows here. If you're feeling your low back tense right now, make sure your feet come a little bit wider. Now wake up your legs, draw the navel in, lift your gaze, inhale. Exhale, turn your gaze to the right. Breathe back to center and switch to the left. Keep engaging, press the forearms down, come back to center. Now tuck your chin towards your chest. And slowly release. So since we're focusing again, shoulders, upper back, chest, walk your right arm out to the side. Try to keep your hand in line with the shoulder. Now roll towards the right shoulder. Rest your head on the ground for wishbone pose. Now you do have the option to stay here, friends. Or if you want to add a quad stretch, you're going to take your left hand to your left foot and kick that foot behind you. But make sure your knee is not pointing up. Your knee is coming in towards the midline. Now really breathe into that hip flexor quad. You may feel a little bit your hamstring here. Breathe in between the shoulder blades, the head of the shoulder. We have 2 more breaths here. Last one. This is a really good variation for quad stretch. Sometimes from the lunge is not very accessible, but doing on your side when you lay down, it's really good. And then slowly release, come back to your belly. Take an inhale, And then exhale, we're gonna go right to the other side. Roll towards your left shoulder. Arrive first here. Make sure you set up. And then if you wanna take the quad stretch, you can grab your ankle or the top of your foot, or you can even use a strap, a towel. Continue to add volume and texture to the breath. Remember, we want to be able to expand the breath today. That's our intention, to get that breath all the way up into the collarbones, into the upper back. Take another breath in. And then mindfully release. Come back to your belly. Curl the toes under, press up and back to downward facing dog. Take a moment here to fully arrive to ground yourself. This is a good opportunity for you to take note of the low back, the hamstring. So bring awareness to your back body right now. And move like you. If you want to bend your knees or sway the hips, just make sure you're really pressing those palms down on the ground so you're not sinking into your shoulders. And then find a little bit of stillness here. Just pause for a moment. Feel this pose. And deepen the breath a little bit more. One more breath. Start to walk towards the top of your mat. You can take as many steps here as you want. Keep your feet hip width. Inhale, press your hands on your shins. So be active here on this halfway lift. And fold. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen, draw the belly in, slide the shoulders down on your back, and exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, flat back, relax the toes, neck is long, and release. Bend your knees generously here, pull that belly in, roll your spine, coming all the way to stand. Circle the arms, inhale. Lace the fingers behind, exhale, take another breath in, puff the chest, loop the shoulders back and down, and fold. Rinse your knuckles away from you. We have 3 breaths here. Let your torso drape over the legs. Make sure you're not shifting the weight all the way to your heels. Try to distribute the weight through all 4 corners. And now bring attention to the stretch, right? Be aware. Where do you feel this right now? Is it more into your upper back, shoulders, more in the back of the legs or your low back? Notice if you lose connection to the breath. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Release your hands. Step back to plank. We're gonna hold it here 3 breaths in your plank. Your knees can come down to the floor. Remember, it's the same pose. It's just a variation. So you can always do the knees on the floor, but engage. Press your palms. Gaze down. Neck is long. We're going to shift it to the toe tips. You can lower the knees down first. Come down to your belly for 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands outside your sticky mat. Lift your elbows to the sky. And then peel the chest open, spider cobra. Take another breath in. As you exhale, bend your right elbow. Shift your gaze to the left. And come back to center. And turn it to the right. Breathe in. release. Downward facing dog. Let those heels get heavy towards the floor, but you don't have to force them to touch the ground. Remember, the more tightness you feel in the low back and hamstrings, the more you want to bend your knees. Inhale, look forward, step or jump. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Inhale to rise. Lace the fingers behind your back. Breathe in, breathe out, fold. Go a little deeper. Find something new here. Follow the rhythm of the breath. Hands down to the floor. Step back, plank, hold. This time we're gonna do a few hip dips. So again, the knees can always come down. So dip your left hip, turn all 10 toes to the right, come back to center, to the left. So it can be a very small range of motion here. Good, we're here for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Lace the fingers behind your back. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift just your shoulders. Keep your feet pressing down. One more. And release. Turn your head to the left. Relax your arms here. Sway the hips a little bit. Back to center. Lace the fingers. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift everything this time. Lift your legs as well. Take your knuckles away from your spine and then reach them back. That belly is nice and strong here. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and release. Turn your head to the other side. Bend your knees, windshield wipe the legs. Press up and back, downward facing dog. You can always spend a moment in child's pose if you wish. Take your right leg high to the sky. Tap your knee to your right elbow. Press back. Inhale, exhale to your left. Inhale, reach. Knee to your nose. Plant your foot. Take your left knee to the ground. Inhale, sweep your arms. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Good. Now square off the hips. Make sure your hip points face forward, that your knees over your ankle. Lift your gaze. One more breath in. Exhale, open twist to your right. Brighten the fingers. Last one. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Frame your foot. Step back, downward dog. Breathe your left leg high. Exhale, knee to your left elbow. Inhale, reach. And to your right. Inhale, lengthen. Knee to nose. Plant your foot. Take your knee to the ground. Inhale, reach your arms high. Go back to the breath. Check in with yourself. Breathe in and breathe out. Twist to your left. Extend your arms sideways, shoulder level. Good, another one. Breathe your arms high. And then frame your left foot. You can step back to plank and flow, or you can press back to downward dog. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg high, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. Bring your knee a little higher to your forehead. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze round, plant your foot, take your knee to the ground. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, open twist. Come back to center, inhale. Now, cactus your arms. Take your left elbow under the right. Your palms may touch or the back of the hands. Lift up and back. How can you soften into the upper body here? Keep a strong foundation. Keep the quality to the breath. One more. And release, downward dog. Big breath in. Audible breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Raise your left leg. Draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, reach. Knee a little higher. Breathe in and breathe out. Take your foot forward, right knee to the ground. Take an inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, open twist to your left. Good, come back to center, breathe in. Exhale, cactus your arms. Take your right elbow under the left. We have 3 breaths here. Maybe you even close your eyes. That will challenge your balance. Notice what shifts here. Sometimes it's good to notice where the attention goes. And release your hands to frame your foot. You know what to do. Move like you. If you want to flow, if you want to skip. Take a back bend of your choice. We meet in downward dog. A couple breaths here, finding stillness. Give yourself permission to just enjoy the present moment. Find peace in the stillness. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump. Breathe in to lengthen and breathe out to fold. Inhale to rise. Palms touch, hands to the heart center. All right, we're gonna work on our first standing balancing pose. So you're gonna bring your feet to touch. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. As you exhale, take your right elbow under the left. So again, your palms may touch or the back of the hands or even hands to shoulders. Sit nice and low here. Now start to lift your right heel, so you're shifting the weight to the right. Draw your knee towards your chest and wrap your leg around. Your toe can be on the ground, or you can hook your big toe behind you or to the inner ankle. Now lift your elbows to shoulder height. Take your hands away from your face. Focus. Breathe here. Again, keep that foundation strong and the upper body soft, nice and relaxed. Now we're gonna start to fold here. Once you fold and find your balance, start to reach the fingertips forward a little bit more. Feel that nice stretch into your upper body. Last one. And release. Circle your arms. Inhale, exhale. You can shake it out a little bit. Good. Let go. Start fresh. All right, we're gonna go right to the other side. So again, start with a strong foundation. Circle your arms. Inhale. As you exhale, take your left elbow under. Sit nice and tall. Really exaggerate like chair pose. And then lift your heel off the ground. Draw the knee in. Wrap your leg over. Big toe can be on the floor or again hooking behind your leg. Make sure you're not closing your chest, that your chest is, coming back like you're leaning against an imaginary wall. Stay present to sensations, to the challenge. Again, make sure the breath is still moving freely. On your next exhale, start to slowly fold over the legs. Reach your fingertips forward a bit more. And slowly release. Inhale. Exhale, draw the energy to the heart center. Thank yourself for your efforts. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's move the energy. Fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump. Take cobra or upward dog. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg comes high. Step your right foot forward, knee over the ankle. So remember, you can bring your knee to the floor if you want, otherwise stay with that knee lifted and rise. Square your hips, stack shoulders over hips. One more breath in. Exhale, open twist to your right. Option to flip your palm and reach up and back. Good, come back to center. Inhale, exhale, cactus your arms, take your left elbow under, reach up and back. So we're adding a little back bend here. Breathe into the upper body, the back of the heart, the shoulders, and keep again that strong foundation. Trust yourself. Slowly release. Take your hands to your hips, straighten both legs. Option to hop the back foot forward a little bit. So you're grounding from your heel. You're gonna lace the fingers. Breathe in and breathe out, fold. Your hands can come to the floor. You don't have to take the bind. Notice your reactivity to the pose, especially if this is challenging your balance right now. If it becomes too much of a distraction, again, release your hands. Find a different variation that works for you. Relax your toes. One more breath. Release your hands to frame your right foot. Take a standing splits here. Option to add a quad stretch, my friends, so you can bend your left knee and your right hand can catch your foot here. So you fold over your leg, stretch that quad. If you took your quad stretch, step your, release and step your foot forward. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Grab your elbows with opposite hands. Take a moment here. Slow down your inhales and your exhales. And inhale, rise. Exhale, right back down to fold. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, plant your hands. Move like you. Take your cobra or upward dog. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Reconnect. Pause. Observe. Braid your left leg high. Step your left foot forward. On your next inhalation, rise, high lunge. Exhale, open twist to your left. Flip your right palm, reach up and back again if that serves you. If not, you don't have to take this variation. Don't give up on your standing leg here, right? So keep bending your knee. Come back to center. Cactus your arms. Take your right elbow under your left. Reach up and back. Notice where you might be holding tension or resistance. And then gently release, hands to your hips, straighten your front leg. You can hop that foot, breathe in, lace the fingers, breathe out, fold. Three very slow, rich inhales and exhales. How's your breath? Release your hands to frame your left foot. Find your standing splits. First, square off the hips. Tone that standing leg. An option to bend your right knee. Left hand may or may not catch your foot. Keep folding here though. I don't want you to crunch your neck or tight your jaw. Release your bind, slowly, gracefully step your right foot to meet your left. Breathe in, lengthen, and breathe out, fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bring your hands down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, either float or just step back to downward dog. Take your right leg high. Step your right foot forward. Rise, high lunge. Exhale, open twist. Flip your left palm, reach up and back. Option to work on a half bind here. Wrapping that arm behind your back and your fingertips comes towards that left hip crease. Come back to center, breathe in. As you breathe out, lace your fingers behind your back. You're gonna take an inhale. Exhale, shift your weight to your right foot and take a warrior 3 with a bind. If you feel too wobbly, you can always release your arms and take any variation that helps you to stabilize here. So the intention is to keep the chest open, right? To open ourselves for more generosity, forgiveness, empathy, to expand the breath. Option to keep your bind and then slowly fold over your leg for a standing splits with the bind, or you can release your hands to the floor. Release your hands, curtsy, cross your left leg behind. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Raise your right arm, twist. And inhale, rise, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Pause here for a moment. Find stillness, take note of the breath, the thoughts, the balance, your energy. And circle the arms. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, lengthen. You know what to do, flow or skip if you need to preserve your energy, and just press back to a downward dog. Last one here on the left side. Raise your left leg, step your foot forward, and rise, high lunge. Exhale, open twist. Flip your right palm, reach up and back. Maybe you take the half bind. And come back to center. Good, you're gonna lace the fingers behind your back. Breathe in. And then find your warrior 3 with your bind. Keep lifting the chest. Add the baby cobra to your pose. Firm up through the legs. Stay here or release the bind and start to fold into a standing splits for 3 breaths. Find your drishti, your focal point. Release your hands to the ground. Curtsy, cross your right leg behind. Raise your left arm. And come all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart center. All right, we're gonna work on one more standing balancing pose, which is also a nice back bend. We're gonna work with dancer's pose today. So we're starting balancing on the right foot first. So it's important to notice what happens to the shoulder, right, to the upper body. So instead of turning your hand around, I want you to externally rotate your arm so your bicep is facing out. So think of your thumb pointing back, right? Now, stand tall, lift the left heel, engage your standing leg. Now take your foot, so you're just gonna, don't turn your hand, just grab your foot from the inner edge. So your thumb still pointing back. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, kick your foot into your hand. Standing legs strong. Hug muscle to bone. Keep your chest open. Find your gaze. Make sure that back knee is pointing back, not out to the side. 2 more breaths. Kick a little bit more. Final one. Slowly come back up, draw the knee in front of you, find a figure four. Just getting a little bit of a low back release here. And then outer hip stretch as well. Flex your toes, breathe. And release, very nice, shake it out. I always like to remind myself to start fresh on the other side, right? Good. Now, balancing on the left foot, turn your right arm out to the side. Stand tall. Either kick or raise your leg. Draw your knee towards the midline. Make sure your knee's not out to the side. Raise your left arm, breathe in. And breathe out. Kick your foot into your hand. Keep creating space. Kick a little bit more, 2 more breaths. And slowly release. Sorry, draw that, I lost my balance a little bit. Draw the knee forward. Find your figure four. Sit nice and low here. Three mindful breaths. Final one. And then slowly release. Close your eyes for a moment. Rest your arms by the sides of your body. Turn your palms to face forward. Observe your reactivity to the pose. What happened to your breath? Notice your heart beating. Good, and then slowly come all the way down to the ground. So we're gonna start to cool down a little bit and release right from all that opening and bending. So you're gonna extend your right leg in front of you, sit nice and tall, bend your left knee. Good. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, walk your hands forward, just enough where you can keep your spine long. Notice if that mid-back and upper back starts to round. Remember, you always wanna keep the chest open, the heart leads the way. Two more breaths here. See if you can maybe go a little deeper, find a little bit more sensation. But work with what's available to you, right? So the intention in yoga is to follow our rhythm, to listen to the body. And then slowly release. Now plant your left hand on the floor in line with the hip. Stargazer pose. Take that nice side stretch here. Breathe from the outer ankle all the way to the fingertips. And slowly come back down to the ground. Now, just take that right leg and cross it over the left. So if that bottom knee by any means bugs you, extend your bottom leg in front of you. Sit tall, take your arms up, and then twist to your right. Right, yeah, twist to your right. That right hand is behind you. Sitting tall, be very active here. So use your inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist a little bit more as you press your elbow into your leg. slowly release. Take a counter twist. So now gaze to the other side. I just felt this twist very nice into my mid back, which is sometimes hard, you know, to get a nice stretch right in the mid back. All right, friends, extend your left leg in front of you, bend your right knee or whatever side you didn't do yet. Big breath in, create space. Let your chest lead the way. Slowly fold and bring awareness, attention to your low back. Keep your toes flexed towards the shin. Allow the low back to release, to relax. As you create a little bit more space in your mid back, your upper back. Where in your body you tend to hold tension, to grip, especially during challenging times, right? Whether it's stress, anxiety, fear. It's important to be able to take time to release, to let go. So we may live more peaceful, joyful lives. Slowly release. Take your right hand to the ground, press yourself up, stargazer. Remember that your body is your vehicle, right? The only one you have. So make sure to take the time to pause, right? For self-care. And then slowly release from that stargazer. Cross both legs in front of you. So you can either do a little, don't cross your leg in front of you. We're gonna twist first. Cross your left leg over the right. When I get towards the end of a class, I'm already like in the zone. So it's like I'm like, okay, can we just go down to the ground and Shavasana? Take your left leg behind you, hold your elbow outside. So that's why it's important to have a good balanced, right, practice. That yin, that yang, that fire is great to, you know, get things moving, to build the heat and loosen up the body, but also that more cooling yin part of the class that's important to just regulate the system, the nervous system, right? To be able to relax and to integrate. Twist a little bit more. And then slowly release. Take that counter twist. And release. Now we're gonna cross our legs. So you can cross, or you can do more of like a butterfly version, just to release again. I like more of a diamond shape with my legs. I feel this more in my outer hips, low back. Take a big breath in. Exhale, just round your spine here. There's no effort. You can even make fists with your hands and stack them and rest your forehead if you don't have a block. Keep breathing, keep releasing. Notice anything that might be left in that low back or hips or in your upper body. use this opportunity to just release a little bit more, let go, surrender. Alright, and then slowly start to come back. We're gonna come down to our backs. Hug your knees in. Rock a little bit from side to side first. See if you can keep your low back on the ground. Bring awareness to the sacrum, and now start to draw circles here. And you can move your legs in the same direction, or you can do opposites. Just see what feels good. Good. Now plant your feet hip width apart, parallel to each other. Make sure you can find your heels with your fingertips. Take an inhale to lift your hips. Walk the shoulders in if you can. You can grab the edges of your sticky mat, or you can lace the fingers. The hands stay on the ground, but you stretch your knuckles towards your feet. Another opportunity to open a little bit more the heart space. Perhaps to ask yourself, what is it that you need more once you create space in your heart? And slowly release. Lower your upper back, mid back, hips down to the ground. Windshield wipe your legs. Hug your knees in and take a happy baby. Bring your knees nice and wide, wider than your rib cage. You can grab shins, ankles, or the edges of your feet. Do notice if that sacrum wants to lift off the ground. If that happens, you probably need to walk your hands down on your legs. Take a few cleansing breaths. So inhale through your nostrils. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more, breathe in. And breathe out. Final one. Hug both knees in, wrap your forearms around your shins. Squeeze everything nice and tight, forehead to knees. And release, finding Shavasana, your final relaxation as you extend your legs. Bring them as wide as your mat. Rest your arms, palms face the sky. Adjust your shoulders and your hips here. Start to let go of the poses, of the breath work. And just start to invite yourself into that peaceful, quiet space within you. This is the most important part of the class. This is the most important pose. So give yourself permission. No place to be, nothing to do but to receive. As you open your body to allow to absorb all the benefits of each single pose. Start to deepen your breath, your awareness once again as you breathe life back into fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead, stretch from fingers to toe, as if this was your very first stretch today. Whenever you feel ready, in whatever way that makes sense to you, find a comfortable seated position. You may cross your legs or sit on your heels. Stack shoulders over hips, allow the heart to lift. Bow your head slightly. You're gonna rest your right hand on your chest and then stack your left palm on top. And just take a moment here to observe breath, mind-body breath connection. Join your hands at the heart center. Thank yourself, your body, for being so capable and strong, for the opportunity to show up for yourself today. May we continue to open ourselves, our hearts to new possibilities, for more love, compassion, empathy, kindness. May you have peace, may you be happy, may you be free. From my heart to yours, namaste.